Who dropped this money? They say poverty can make you see miracles in strange places. But sometimes, the miracle you see is a trap. Welcome to African Tales by Della Presh. Sandra was like any other girl in the market. Quiet, focused, struggling, selling plantain just to feed her mother and younger brother. That day, she hadn't sold much. The sun was cruel. Her stomach was empty. And just as she bent to wipe her sweat, she saw it. "See money, oh." Sandra, softly, smiling. She looked around. No one claimed it. No one even seemed to see it. She bent to pick it up. And the moment her fingers touched the note, her body locked. Her eyes widened. And then, she vanished. Only one thing remained. A large yam. The yam didn't sit long. He came, like he'd been watching all along. A tall man stepped out. Dark sunglasses, black agbada, calm like water. He walks slowly to the yam, picks it up, smells it. No panic, no questions. He opened his boot, dropped the yam inside like it was normal, and drove off, just like that. But he didn't know. Someone was watching him. Tochi, a small boy from the neighboring stall. Curious, clever. He followed the SUV from a distance, kept his eyes on the plate number, watched as the car entered a mansion in a quiet estate. Black gates, security cameras, a house too big for one man. Tochi turned back, ran all the way to the market, straight to Sandra's best friend, Amoka. Amoka screamed. They hadn't seen Sandra since morning. By midnight, Amoka's elder brother, a police officer, had gathered a team. They raided the house, found freezers, dozens of them, filled not with food, but with yams, perfectly shaped, neatly tagged. They arrested him, asked him questions. He was so bold. "I sell agricultural produce. Yams are what I know. See, you people should release me from here. I want to speak to my lawyer." The case shook the community, but he was untouchable. By morning, he was out, released by order from above. He drove straight to the hills, to meet the only one who knew what went wrong. His occult master, a man with one eye, his skin marked with ancient symbols. He didn't greet him, didn't kneel, just dropped the yam on the altar. The old man looked at the yam closely, sniffed the yam. His face twisted. "You fool. You brought me a spirit that has already seen the other side. You think this is a market? You think souls don't speak? The spirit of that girl has already entered the space between life and afterlife. She will not sleep. You must feed the altar again. Bring another sacrifice that has not been torched." That night, he felt it. His room was cold. The air was thick. And just as he turned off the light, whispers. Girl's voice, soft, echoing, "Return me, or join me." The walls trembled. A mirror cracked. He jumped up. Footprints, wet, bloody, led out of his bedroom. He ran. He screamed. But no one could hear him. Next day, same method. He folded some money and placed it carefully at the entrance to his compound. He tried again. This time, he would not miss. He would watch, wait, catch the right soul. He placed the money and waited. Hours passed. He stepped inside to take a call. When he came back, the money was gone. And in its place, another yam. He smiled. He didn't see who picked it, but he was sure it would work. He bagged the yam, rushed it to the shrine. The occult master began his chants. The yam shook. It turned to an elderly woman. The man stepped closer, breathing heavily, and when he saw the face, he staggered backward. It was his mother. She had come to visit, found money at the gate, and now she was the one sacrificed. Ah, Mama, please, something can be done, not my mother. I can bring someone else for you. You cannot do anything, Grandmaster said to him. The sacrifice has been presented and must be used. The next day, he got a call from his sister. Brother, have you seen Mama? She said she was coming to your place last week. No, Mama hasn't been here. She didn't believe him. Something in his voice was wrong. So she packed her bag and traveled to the village. She stayed at his place, waiting, watching. But one night, around 2 a.m., she heard a strange chant. She stood up to check out where the noise was coming from. She saw skulls, red cloth, a basin filled with black liquid, and her brother. In the center of it all, eyes rolled back, chanting the name of a dark god. She screamed. He turned. She ran. He chased her. He locked her in the spare room. No light, no phone, no escape. She saw one she shouldn't have seen. She must die, the Grandmaster said to him. He panicked. But she's my sister, and you fed your mother to the gods. Nothing can be done. Bring her at once for sacrifice. But that same night, she found a weakness in the wall and crawled out, bleeding, barefoot. She ran for hours until she reached the police station and told them everything. The police arrived at his place at once. He tries to flee, but the spirits didn't let him. He collapsed at the gate, screaming. Inside the house, they found ritual tools, charred photographs, bones, and his mother's scarf, soaked in dry blood. He broke down. He confessed. Follow me. The policeman shouted, anything you say here will be used against you in the court of law. His close friend, Jude, was busy on another hunt. He found a beautiful girl, promised her 1 million naira for just one night. She smiled, unaware it was her last. That night, she vanished. But what Jude didn't know was that his other friend in prison had confessed everything to the police who was coming for him. After he used the girl for rituals and dropped her off the road. On his way home, he was arrested. We know everything. The rituals, the yams, the girl. Your friend told us all. Jude was sweating. No, it wasn't me. They showed him photos across the table. The same girl, his car, CCTV footage. It was too late. He was arrested that night. He begged, screamed, lied. But the evidence was now flesh. Their Grandmaster was now on the run. He had escaped into the forest. But he knew. The gods were angry. The chain had broken. The bloodline was impure. And the spirits of the sacrificed were waking up. But peace did not find him. Because the spirits of all those he had killed woke up. They began to speak in his head, calling his name. Every minute, they grew louder. And in a short time, he ran mad. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.